watched him for a while. He watched me. I yelled. I used my whistle. And unfortunately, he didn't even flinch. Well, hello there again. This is going to be a bit of a juxtaposition of scenery because I'm here in the snow right now, just enjoying a bit of a snowshoe hike with my dogs. But I wanted to welcome you to this upcoming Survivorman training in the jungle video. It was always a matter of I was there to teach, to instruct. And in fact, my mission was to get you out in nature. The method was through teaching survival skills. And so it only followed suit that when I would go to film a Survivorman anywhere around the world, I would go ahead of time to train in survival in those areas. I had to. There are a lot of skills that transfer all across the globe, like rope making, basketry, certain things like that. They are pretty much the same. The only thing that changes are the leaves that you might use or the branches that you might use. But there are a lot of other aspects of survival that don't transfer at all. I can't just know what to eat or what not to eat, even when it comes to animals. You know, I can't know what's good to eat, what's not good to eat, how to hunt in a certain way, new hunting methods, new fire starting methods. And so I would go and I would train, usually for about 5 days to a week, solid, in these different locations. And that's what this video is all about. We have uncovered the archive footage of me training around the world as Survivorman. This is me learning, I believe it was probably season 2, just before I went into the Amazon jungle. So, without further ado, welcome to Survivorman Trains in the Jungle. In a village where there are about 12 to 14 people living in the middle of the Amazon jungle with a macheted out little spot where a tiny plane can land, you can imagine that anybody who drops in there by plane is going to be welcomed. It's going to be a very big deal. And so meeting the Warani in the Amazon jungle like that was an opportunity to connect with a remote group of people and watch them take joy in teaching me. Most of the methods of basketry are very similar to exactly the same around the globe. That's what I've discovered. What changes is the foliage, whether they're using vines or bark that's been shredded and twisted together, or whether they're using leaves. Either way, it seems, especially when they're using palm fronds and long leaves, the method to weave together a basket is the same in the Amazon jungle as it is maybe over in Mongolia as it is up in northern Canada. Another thing that never seems to change is my connection with the women of these remote tribes. They take over like a den of surrogate mothers, trying to teach me their ways.
Little thorns, and there's a vine that comes off. It grabs at you when you go up. It catches on you, and it doesn't let loose. These you want to watch in a swollen river. If there's any of this, stay away from them because it'll grab you and take you under.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You've got to come check this out. Going to go out into the jungle a bit here, and in the last 5 minutes, thanks to the rain, the river has risen about 3 feet. It's a good thing that I'm I'm terraced up there in the abandoned hut, because if I was down by the water, I wouldn't be. Wow, this really is a fast flash flood. So I'm just gonna really hope that my canoe stays tied on. It looks to me like the river's still coming up and fast. So while I have the chance, I'm gonna wade upstream against the current and just retie that canoe up a little higher. Tied up the canoe about another 4 or 5 feet higher, and the water's still rising, so hopefully that'll hold. That was fun. Gee. It shows you, I left my shirt lying on the ground. I just went to put it on. Something must have been in it. Oh, it stung me in the back really good. Ow. I don't know if it was a wasp or an ant. Oh man. What's that sting? Whew.
This is one that they wrap peanuts in it, bury that, and the peanuts will grow better when you plant them.
Short to me?
Yeah, this one right here. Take it like this, put the peanuts in it, and then put it down, and the peanuts really take off.
This method of kicking the flukes of a tree, being taught to me right now by the legendary hunter Tomo, is a method of communication. It can be heard all across the jungle, and other hunters or people out in the jungle will respond by kicking flukes of trees that they are near. I know it seems so unlikely that those little mud puddles are filled with shrimp and fish, but they are, and they're found throughout the jungle. One big newbie mistake that I made when I was in the jungle was not wearing big rubber boots. I thought, oh, I'll just wear my big hikers and I'll just let my feet get wet and dry them out. Huge mistake, because that led to foot fungus.
Hey look, it's a big one.
Đó chờ biết bà mày nha. Nè. Ôi vô đây. Đi, ở đây được kìa. Có đó. Có đó, ở đây nó níu quay hay gì nè đó. Dạ dạ, chơi dặn đó. Không mày này nè.
One of the survival methods I've found that actually does transfer around the world is basket weaving methods. They're almost identical everywhere I've gone.
Cái này nè, tìm. Qua ăn của mình. Mình ngồi qua ăn.
I don't know about you, but for me, that looks like the perfect fish trap. There you go. You got a little grip handle here. I got myself a fishing net. Unfortunately, going to the fish means heading into the thickest part of the jungle. This was a spot I wanted to try fishing, but apparently the area is blocked by a zillion spiders. Ooh, there they all go. And I gotta cut my way through them. Yeah! The rain stopped. then they continue, then they stop, and then they continue again. Survival in a rainforest. Ah, there we go. A little freshwater shrimp. And you know what? Hey, if I can get a few handfuls of these guys, why not? Ooh, that tasted good. That tasted really good. I'm gonna get some more. Shrimp number 2. My last one kind of bit my tongue when it went in. I didn't think they could do that, but the last one did. So you were getting chewed right away. Yes, you. It's great. Wow, that's really good. Can't believe I'm that happy for such a tiny little meal. Okay, so when Les is out in the jungle, we, the crew, sit in the lap of luxury here in the Warani village. This is our homestead for the 10 days that we're here. This is the local hotel. We've been put up here by the Waranis. That's Jim Yost, our illustrious anthropologist guru. And this is Barry Clark, our illustrious paramedic that we have on staff on every location shoot, just in case something goes wrong. If Les gets a sliver, foot fungus, or something happens to us. These are the hammocks that we sleep in. This is a tripod that we've had to make because some of our equipment got lost in transit on the way down here. And in order to, we've got a great roof above our heads. It keeps the water off. This is a house that the Warani built for, especially for visitors. And we always keep the smudge fire going. We've had it going for a few days now to keep the gnats at bay. So day and night, that smudge is going. So as you can see, we sit in the lap of luxury while Les is out there surviving.
Yawe mani ni la bien bon. La carte au money. See.
Notice right there that I take one brief moment to familiarize myself with the plant leaf for proper identification. This is something I've always done while being taught survival. I need to take a moment after all the talking and explaining and showing and make sure I actually do recognize and remember the plant in case I want to use it later. Can I eat these? This is something that I've always done because after all the talking and the showing and the explaining, the picking up, I can smell the plants, I can taste them. But then I get out there a week later and it's just a mass of green leaves and I forget. So I have to teach myself, remember this plant. It may be very important to me later on.
They also take this darken their teeth with it. The adults would brush your teeth with it. But it also makes a black, turns your teeth black. Huh? On the baby, you clean the baby, you stick it up there, you don't throw it on the ground.
Yeah.
Off the ground. Yeah. And then this,
Can you ask him?
This one here is the one you use.
Tomo told us that too. Why do we not put it on the ground?
Huh?
Oh, wow, mana mai ida wa Warani tau. Durani, mana mai karani.
So that a couple of things. One, so that the baby will grow strong, like the tree, but also that it won't have an inverted belly button.
And that's why they put.
That's why they put it up here instead of throwing it on the ground.
So this is their diaper.
No.
No.
This one, the young,
Two
big
different
young
trees.
wing. See?
Nature's toilet paper.
Yeah, and this one is the one they use to darken the teeth
Okay.
to make yourself handsome.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could use it.
Yeah, I need that, do I?
You take down the stem down below the leaves. You're going to make a knife out of this to help dress out an animal if you don't have a knife. It's very, very sharp on the edges.
Mana mai
That's the
zene
knife
nani
when you
tau.
don't have access to a knife and you're out there, you get an animal and just need to make a quick.
Ya,
Sharp.
yeah.
Out of a green stem.
Hey, bitte, warte. Go to me, put me, hammer. Tumminga, bero mai.
Okay. That's
That's your toothbrush and toothpaste right there. Okay, this is one that they use to make the string. They take the upper end of a younger one, actually they take the leaf off of here like this. Yeah, watch that. You take the leaf off, and then you have to split the leaf open to get the layers separated and pull out the soft growing layer and make it into
Mani
string.
nangi omo you got to check up the event mani yo. Mo kapuri ga.
Here, you want this?
Natara mai ba mani.
You want this one on your hip? It's bothering you?
Quite all right. Stinging out.
He's got knee problems like we all do out here, and so he puts that on there to make the pain go away.
Mani mai yo kapuri. Natara mai. Da.
He says after a while, won't feel a thing. Okay, this is what the ancestors used to keep the babies from wetting in the hammock. They beat them with this. Here's the one I was telling you about that smells a little bit like seasoning. Use this for pain too. One time they told me, oh yeah, you can eat that. So I took a bunch and crushed it up with rice to eat it.
Smells like garlic.
It's just an emetic.
Oh, really?
So I had a great time.
Yeah. So it's to purge your system.
Well, they use it for pain.
Smells like garlic.
Yeah. That's why I thought it'd be great in rice. Bad experiment.
I had to explain to Jim Yost my need to be left absolutely alone for one solid week out here, which he didn't have a problem with. However, the Warani couldn't quite understand why I would do such a thing. A big part of our travels and exploring was also about figuring out where I would spend my 7 days alone. I always scout locations ahead of time, although I do sometimes end up leaving the starting area and traveling to new locations throughout the week. In this case, they also wanted to not put me too close to their enemies, the Tagade, since they had recently had a mini war with them where some were killed. They feared the return attack, and I was going to be somewhere right in between the two warring tribes. There's been a couple of times where I filmed Survivorman, and it's not the creepy crawlies and the poisonous creatures and the big dangerous creatures I worry about at all, but it's actually human beings. And in the Amazon jungle, the Warani wanted to be very careful about where they placed me because just before we got there, at least a while before we got there, there had been a war between them and a tribe that you still can't see today, an uncontacted tribe called the Tagade. Now they would have battles with these tribes where they would go up in the middle of the night in their thatched roof huts. They would take their spears and they would circle the hut and they would just start randomly stabbing the spears into the hut, hoping to kill somebody while they slept. So they'd had a war just before I got there, and they were worried that in retaliation for that war, the Tagade would soon be back to attack the Warani. And where would I be? Right in between the two. I was actually dropped in a spot where here were my hosts, and the Tagade were over here, and I was in the middle. So that was on my mind throughout the whole week. There's something that I haven't mentioned yet, and I did off the top of the show, and that's that I'm positioned on the edge of one of the 70 uncontacted hostile tribes in the Amazon basin. And that's very true, the Tagade. They live only 3 days travel downriver. They're a splinter group off of the Warani, the people who've been teaching me. And as recent as 6 months ago, the Warani went down and performed a spearing raid. where they speared and killed a number of the tribal members. These raids still go on. People still live here with an escape route in mind whenever they go to sleep. They think, if I get attacked at night, how can I get out? And it is no stretch to say that it would have been entirely possible for the Tagaiti to perform a revenge raid on the village that we're in now. Now, there are a couple of other smaller villages between us and them, but not many. And it really keeps you on edge when you're out here, that's for sure. I was surprised to find so little wild edibles when it came to plants in the jungle. In fact, most of the sustenance for the Warani is based around hunting, and so we took an entire day just to teach me how to hunt with a blowgun. I'm learning from the best. Tomo is a legendary hunter amongst his people.
Wuro? How do you say close?
Wuro.
Wuro. Wuro? Wuro. Wuro.
With an impossible language barrier, all I can do is watch Tomo intently, with every move he makes. Hunting anywhere in the world for any species is a long learning curve of practice, practice, practice. For years, I would see online reactions to Survivorman with lines like, "Why don't you just go hunt a deer?" But it's simply not that easy. Without a rifle and years of practice, you don't just pick up a bobby pin and some thread and go get yourself some meat.
Yeah. Right on.
Dart just goes in the end, like this. And you spin it as you get close. And it's ready to go. Oh, baby! Yeah, let me see if that got on camera. Oh, it did. That's only about, oh, that's barely an inch away from what I was actually trying for. So that's how well it works. I think this spot will do just fine. The Amazon jungle is the most biodiverse place on the planet. More variety of species here than anywhere else. The jungle that, although dangerous, still is intensely beautiful. You know, many of the shots after game in the tree, whether it be monkey or birds or whatever, are taken almost completely straight up. And you have to be very careful that you don't look up to watch the dart coming back down. You can't see it. And many of the Warani natives have lost an eye to the dart coming down. In fact, one man actually lost both his eyes because he did it again on another occasion. This involves hours of waiting. I can't head out on a long hunt looking for monkey, so I'm hoping to hit a passing bird. There are many, but none will land close enough for me to even get a shot away. I've had a lifelong fascination with ants. I don't know why, but the Amazon jungle was not about to disappoint me. The sheer variety of poisonous creatures is awe-inspiring, including the most painful combination of a bite and a sting that exists on this planet, belonging to that of the bullet ant. Here they call it the manyi ant. I bet that this guy's going down. Oh good, I chopped him in half. That is now the 5th manyi ant that I've come across. And I mean, that's the decapitated version. He has no head, and as I touched him with the stick, you can see that it's still trying to sting, even though it's been decapitated, just like its head keeps trying to bite, even though it has no body left. These guys are mean. I would have to learn how to be out here without getting stung, bitten, or attacked by any number of potentially dangerous creatures.
No, all he's doing is just cleaning this out. Just cleaning it up.
Do I have to worry about snakes and things like that? Bring down a tree like this?
Oh yeah. You saw how they were worried.
They were worried?
Like I
By
said.
the laughter.
Yeah. Eventually, someday you have to cross the road. I'm not in the right place.
That's why we're doing this. I never would have thought to do that. Oh! That's sharp.
He says, won't come. He says, nah, you're not gonna. You won't have any trouble with snakes. You've cleared out all this ground and everything. He says, that's enough. You don't need to do anything else. Says you have a little fire, some smoke. Don't worry about the snakes and the ants and stuff. They're not going to come if you get some fire and smoke in here.
Some of these palm trees and plants are hard enough to use as an axe themselves. Others are quite soft, and the machete makes short work of gathering the supplies I need to make a good shelter. It's time to get busy. I'm told that there are some caterpillars that if they're smooth, probably like this one, that I might be able to eat them. But I'm also told that there are caterpillars here that can pretty much kill you if you touch them once. I don't think I'm going to take the chance. I can use the same knowledge here that comes from thousands of miles away to split these branches. It's the method used in North America by the Ojibwe to split spruce roots. The edges of these are razor sharp, so you've got to be really careful when you split them. I'm just gonna put all of these palm leaves on here, just like shingles. All right.
This is home.
The Warani walk barefoot their entire lives. Only when missionaries or mining companies drop in out of nowhere and leave behind rubber boots or clothing do the Warani change at all. All this barefoot walking splays out their toes, giving them skin as tough as leather and a superb balance for walking through the jungle or climbing trees.
Aduh, gawai, tarang gaya.
I should say I wasn't really expecting to do this. Have to do this. All I did was go out for a pee, and not very far from my hut was a jaguar. I watched him for a while. He watched me. I yelled. I used my whistle, and unfortunately he didn't even flinch. So it's getting dark really fast. I know this probably seems a little contrived, but trust me, it ain't. I brought my spear with me and my pack. That's all I could really grab. I left all the camera gear there. I just threw my pack on. I figure, well, maybe a spear's better than a machete. I can't see a single thing. I just got the screen flipped around so I can see where I'm going a bit. What bothers me about it is that it didn't run away when I tried to scare it. I mean, I spent a lot of time in black bear and wolf territory. Wouldn't even worry a bit. And if a bear doesn't scare easily, then you have to be concerned. I've done my time in grizzly territory, but there's just something about a big cat who's interested in you that makes me nervous.
I have one section. Yeah. Hey, we know you.
Leave these guys alone for 1 minute, and they turned it into a disaster area. Gentlemen?
Wait a second, this is day 5?
Oh, yes. There's my illustrious producer. Note the comfort of his abode.
Yes, this is
Over here we have,
This is the
where'd he go?
luxury.
There he is, bending down there.
I would,
Our paramedic.
Except that I'm butt naked right
Our lovely paramedic, and we have a butt-naked anthropologist in there. Hello, gentlemen.
I'll get buck naked if you want.
Welcome home, sir.
Yes, thank you.
See, I said to them, he'll be here before we wake up. I didn't realize he'll be here before we go to sleep.
Now ask me why.
Kick the dog out of the bed.
Oh yeah, the dog's been using your bed, that white one.
That's nice.
So you might
I like
wanna-
that.
Yeah,
Leave him in there.
Dude, what are you doing here?
Well, I had a choice.
Yeah.
I could either, where are you? There you are. I could either stay up and watch the fire all night without sleeping to see if the jaguar is actually going to come inside the cabin. Or I could take the trail back and say, you know, the Warani, Jim Yost told me that the Warani will do anything they can to avoid spending a night in the jungle alone.
Oh, dude.
And I just did a week out there. I thought, maybe my luck's getting pushed. I've been stung, I've been bitten, I got feet fungus, and now I'm watching a jaguar. I went out for a pee.
You're watching a jaguar.
Yeah, I went out for a pee. And that's what I'm talking about.
Really?
No, I'm serious, yeah. I went out and there was a jaguar.
Did you get your shots up?
No,
Jaguar?
I'm out for a pee, so I didn't have the cat. I was like, so it's
a
this
jaguar,
combination of jaguar. If I can say it right. Tired, man. I'm hungry. Give me food.
Oh shit, we should have saved the ham.
Hey, I'll get them to get you some food.
Yeah.
I'll put some clothes
Tomo
on.
went hunting, but
I mean,
I think he didn't come back with anything.
It was beautiful. I mean, the animal was just absolutely
Did you get
beautiful.
it on camera?
No, I didn't get on camera.
Says the producer. You didn't get it on camera?
Says the
Get
producer.
the hell back on.
Yeah. Actually, take the camera.
I'll go
You
find
shoot better than I do. You go right ahead.
Here, take my tripod. Right there.
Yeah, well, you do have my the tripod mount. I sent it in with the last camera. It's like, ah, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Home sweet home.
You know, Les, your feet are pretty bad. Just the fact that you had your wet boots on for a week is not going to help anything. But what's happened is you've developed a bunch of fungus, and fungus dries up, causes cracks in your skin, that gets infected. It's just kind of a vicious circle. And right now, out of about a 10 for being worse feet, I'd say yours are about a 6.5, 7. So it could take a while for this to heal. And all I'm going to do is use some antifungal ointment for now, until we can get everything else settled and get out of here. And we'll just keep cleaning them a little bit every day until we get out. And then once we're out, we'll have a good hard soak in them. And I'll get at them really good with the antifungals again. But for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to really douse them with the antifungal ointment, because we're heading back out a bit. And we got some stuff to do. This will get you through the day anyway. And there's also some stuff Anna wants to put on you as well, which is more of a local treatment that seems to be working too. It worked for Jim, so we're going to try that as well. But yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good.
They want to know how your foot feels.
Just gonna take the sock off right now.
She says after you're through eating, she's going to fix it some more.
It's I think it's a little bit better.
Yeah, she says the layer after we've eaten everything, she's going to go out and get some bark stuff to put on there.
okay. Okay. Breakfast.
Did you get some? Oh gosh, yeah.
What are those?
Manioc French fries for breakfast. Now, how do they make the stuff again? Describe to me how they make it.
To make the kepe, they take the manioc root.
Yeah.
They boil it, and when it's good and soft, then they mash it all up they have a big pounding stick.
Yeah.
And then the women take mouthfuls of it, chew it up real fine, and then spit that back into the mass and mix it all up real good, and that starts a fermentation process. Overnight, it's about as powerful as buttermilk.
And what is it? Saliva or?
Yeah, the enzymes in the saliva start the fermentation.
Really?
And then they mix it with water and drink it like this. Now, some of the groups surrounding will leave it for 3 days, in which case it's actually has about 2 to 3% alcohol content. After about a week, it's really potent. But these guys they only leave theirs overnight, and then if they haven't drunk it all, they throw it away.
Okay.
Hold on, I need your reaction shots. Can you just pretend you're looking at them, or looking at them, and give me a good reaction, like a. Come on.
Are you Spielberg all of a sudden?
Yeah.
You want the reaction like
No, Scorsese.
chew it up and spit
I get it. All right, I'll chug it then.
I've had a couple of times where I've been on location for a shoot and this manioc-based drink has been available, which I lovingly nicknamed the Old Lady Chew Spit Drink. In fact, I fed it to my crew when I was filming Beyond Survival once and watched a couple of them get sick.
It's supposed to go down just all in one big gulp.
Oh, yeah.
So they actually do, as I describe it, they take that manioc and they put it in their mouth and they swirl it all around their teeth and everything. They spit it back, and that's what causes it to ferment.
I'm gonna hurl.
Yeah, don't overdo it, man.
Yeah.
You gotta like it. Ah, puts air in your chest.
Vaya,